Welcome to Massenomics, the world's strongest podcast. Find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at Massenomics. Make sure you go visit Massenomics.com. There you'll find the rest of our powerful content. While you're there, check out our store and buy yourself some of that sweet Massenomics gear.
All right.
Dildo.
So we got Bry, say what's up.
What's up?
Kevin.
Hello.
Chris.
Dildo.
And Patrick. All right, guys.
Are there restrictions for what we can and can't say?
No, I mean, you're free to go. Just the main rule is you just talk into the microphone so everyone can hear you. Patrick, you made the long ride down from Fargo. How's it feel to be here right now?
It feels amazing.
This probably the first podcast you've been on this week, right?
This week, yeah, but I've been on hundreds. Maybe thousands.
So, guys, how do you feel about the world
Who
of...
keeps track anymore?
How do you guys feel about the world of VR right now?
VR.
Pat, have you got to try VR yet?
I have not. Well, no, that's not true. I did like the beta version of the Oculus Rift.
Did you did?
I played like this space game.
That's the movie, right?
And-
Oculus Rift.
No.
It's like a scary movie where you put the goggles on and then the ghosts come through.
No, it's not.
Yeah, no, you know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about.
no, Kev's right. You're on, Pat.
Pat, why don't you just walk away for a little while?
Nah, we're just kidding.
I feel like I'm being ganged up on right now.
So, Pat, have you got to try the PlayStation VR?
I have not got to try. I've
You
seen,
know, Chris has that thing in our basement right now.
Have you tried
and
the PlayStation
I can't wait
1?
to try it later. Have I tried what?
The PlayStation 1?
PlayStation 1.
Like the gray one?
Oh, the original?
Yeah.
Where you had like the third-person view Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
I feel like we should talk about that for a few hours.
We have to lead into the VR.
Yeah.
So, okay.
No, but can I talk about my VR experience?
Yeah. Indulge me.
Okay. So I was at my friend Ishan's house. He's from India.
Do you say Sean or Deshaun?
Ishan.
Ishan.
Yeah, Ishan.
Ishan?
It's the Indian version of Dishan.
Very cool.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, but we call him Ish. Anyway.
Ishan the Suede.
Yeah.
Is he from West Coast Customs?
No, yeah, he used to be
Pimp My
there.
Ride? Is that the same guy?
He was the guy that
upholstery guy.
He put the TVs in the...
Ish did the wheels.
He did the TVs and the headsets?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
Ish did the upholstery. Yeah.
All right, you guys gonna let me throw this VR stuff?
Yeah, okay, so back to Ish. Back to Ish.
Okay, back to what you said.
Okay, so I'm in Ishan's bedroom, and he's like, you gotta try this. Put on the fucking goggles. So I slap him on, we're there, and it was a space game. I can't remember the name of it. But, like, I was blown away by...
Was it Stormtroopers?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
E Valkyrie.
I don't think so. But the
Asteroid
one
is
thing that I
called
was blown away by, like,
Galactica.
I pulled the throttle. I was in a spaceship, and like you're looking around, and I pulled the throttle, and I looked down at my hand, and it's like I'm wearing a glove, and the
And it
finger
felt like
moves.
your hand.
It felt like I was in space.
Yeah. No, it's
Not a very cool story, but
No, it's Chris, what's the shooting, the roller coaster shooting one you got?
Until Dawn, Rush of Blood.
Yeah. No, when you see your hands controlling that gun, it's insane.
It feels real. It feels real.
And you go it's like you're on a roller coaster and you're shooting stuff.
Okay.
And so most of it you're just kind of flat and it'll turn and then stuff jumps out, whatever. But then there's times where you'll go up the roller coaster and then you'll go down and then there's a dip.
Just the sheer motion.
And your stomach feels the same exact sensation.
Seriously.
And watching Chris do this, he was like a giddy schoolgirl.
Oh, okay. I think like the serious thing we need to talk about is it's already that amazing.
Right away.
Like,
So think about...
why do people need to even have a real life once this gets really good? Like, why are you?
Exactly. I'm plugging into the Matrix, baby. Peace out.
Yeah. It's just like my parents are yelling at me from upstairs. Fuck you.
Well, how long?
Headset on.
Pat,
I'm in space.
you're a Broncos fan.
Big Broncos fan, yeah.
So
Allegedly.
how long until it's just like you can buy your VR seat at the 50-yard line and just freaking watch the Broncos game?
Forget about how long until I can play for the Broncos.
Exactly. How long until you can be,
Now that is
2005 Jay
forward-thinking.
Cutler?
Yeah, prime Jay Cutler. Do you think it comes with concussions, though?
God, I
You
can
think
only
you're
hope.
a concussion?
Will Smith, that movie sucked.
Only if you want to experience the concussion.
Chris, would you say 2008 Christian Ponder would be among your favorite? Oh no, we're talking about 2010 here, right?
Yeah, that would be my first choice.
2010, 2011.
Only if the experience comes with his wife.
Well, that would be definitely a horror game, though.
Oh, yeah.
The most terrifying thing you've ever experienced.
But
Christian
the,
Ponder's
the
wife.
2008 campaign with Brett Favre is just a pure fantasy game.
That was 2009.
Oh, 2009, just amazing in every way.
It's just pure joy, and then at the very end, it's just one moment of
Like when you
utter,
get done, you send dick
Crippling
pics and stuff.
depression.
yeah, and then you just like, yeah, this is my life. It's a little bit of happiness, and then just mostly just despair.
So, guys, we have some sports aficionados here, probably more so than the regular podcast. How do you guys feel about the Warriors right now? Huh?
LeBron sucks.
Of the Golden State
I-
Warriors?
LeBron sucks?
He's
LeBron
on the Warriors
sucks.
now.
You can't say that. If you want me to go on a rant right now,
And of course,
go on a rant.
Pat is wearing a Cavs hat right now.
Yeah.
Too. Just,
LeBron is like the best thing
worst.
that's happened to our generation.
Pat, did you see
Is he
LeBron?
like? Would you say he's like the Michael Jackson of NBA?
I would say
Compare him to one pop sensation.
I would say he's the young
The
Clark.
Ariana Grande of the NBA. The Ariana Grande of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
He's the Jaquan of the NBA. Making bangers all day.
Okay.
Did you see him at the World Series, Pat?
I did.
LeBron on Game 7?
Poser.
I wanted the Cubs to win.
Chugging his beer?
So that brings
Poser.
up another point: is we do have a real baseball freak in the house, Chris.
Identify
over there.
yourself.
Wah, 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 wah. But Chris, how did you feel
He
about
has
game?
a baseball hat on.
Chris,
right
how
now,
do you feel
so
about
know
Game
he's a
7
fan.
of the World Series?
It was a very fun game to watch.
Like honestly, watching it, I was like, if baseball was like this all the time, baseball would be amazing.
Yeah,
Baseball is like that all
95% of the
time.
time,
Only
it's
thing we'd
nowhere
watch.
near that.
But like, Chris, how often in a game do you see guys stealing for second, getting tagged out, like guys like running home on a sacrifice fly and making like all this crazy stuff? Like that doesn't usually
That's
happen though.
pretty standard
Well,
baseball play.
it's-
Actually, I think that
those-
happens a
In
lot.
a
You're
big
just
time
not paying
game
attention.
though, right?
it's not so much the actual play. It's the kind of the gravity of
The situation.
It probably happens. Nobody's watching though.
It
when
happens all the
does.
time, but the stakes are not that high.
Yeah.
Okay, did you guys see the tweet that went out that was like, it said something about Cubs and Indians, 2016 World Series.
Extra
Yes,
innings and the
yes.
world ends.
Yeah. Okay, but what the guy did, he got like 150,000 retweets. But what the guy did is he made every single scenario in 2014 that could happen.
And then
he-
someone found it?
And then he deleted all the other
So here's a little
There's
pitch.
even those pictures going around of like a guy in his yearbook from like 1990s saying like 2016 World Series Cubs. You heard it here first. Like maybe it's true, but that would literally be the easiest thing to Photoshop in the world. Like it really wouldn't take them. I mean, I bet I could train every one of you fools to do it in less than 10 minutes. So
Are you that good?
that good, baby.
There's a lot of money to be made though. He 150,000 retweets. How many followers do you think he got? And
It's a lot like
Do you know what the breakdown is, Pat, on retweets to cash?
retweets
For
to cash.
Twitter?
Okay, I do.
I knew you
One
would.
time, Rob Delaney retweeted me.
who did?
Rob Delaney, he's a famous
Oh,
comedian.
were you talking about like the Outsiders or something?
No, what happened was he sent like
Oh, you're
some.
thinking Rob Lowe. Rob
yeah,
Delaney,
yeah.
not Rob Lowe.
not Rob Lowe.
Comedian.
Oh,
Not even the same.
but what about the Outsiders though?
That's good. He sent out like some abstract tweet about vaping, and all I said was, I tweeted back at him. I said, "What is vaping?" And he retweeted me, and then I got retweeted like 150 times, and then I made $1.50.
And you
Really?
No, I didn't.
and you've been on America's Most Wanted list since
Yeah.
then.
Carson Daly called me the next day. He's like, "Can I interview you?"
He's like, I have a show called TRL that doesn't exist anymore. But
No, it was
It's like
on-
we got
like a
you,
week
and then
ago.
we got Psy with Gangnam Style. We need both of you on the show tomorrow.
So, have any of you guys
I
ever
can't
been?
compete.
Have you guys any been retweeted by anyone famous before?
Actually, funny story. Rob Delaney has favorited some of my tweets towards him, but I've never been retweeted by anybody famous.
I have been
That's right.
retweeted by Flying Ryan D.
I've retweeted Kevin's tweets,
Yes, that counts, right?
right?
I think so. Okay.
So I think I'm.
I've been
in
retweeted
company
by Zane
myself.
Riggins before. Does that count?
No, that's a negative.
The B-roll.
The B list. Are you sure it's not like the F
C,
list?
maybe even D.
The Z list.
Yeah, it's down there for sure. Bottom of the barrel, without a doubt.
Okay, but anyway, back to the World Series. Did you guys want the Cubs to win?
Yeah, just all the shit can be done.
I was really hoping the Twins would win this year.
Well, they weren't. They weren't in
after
the
I realized
game.
the Twins were out of it in September, then I
It
decided
was
that.
probably more like
They were out of it.
June.
Whoa. Okay, so
Or
you know, I honestly, this was one of those games where I really didn't care. If the Cubs could win to end the curse, that's cool with me. But it didn't really matter to me.
Okay.
Pat, you're a Cleveland fan though, so maybe you wanted
not
to see.
No, he's a LeBron fan. Get
I'm
it
very
right,
upset
Tommy.
with their logo.
Yeah.
I don't want to get
Because-
too into it.
Are you serious or are you joking around?
Upset with their logo in what way?
Just how funny it is. It's too funny for you.
I feel like it's really funny.
The caricatures.
Pat just hates humor in general, so
I
it's
don't
just kind
like
of
it.
like
Also, the Washington Redskins logo is too funny for me too. I don't like
like
that.
people,
It's so fucking
people
funny.
make a joke about anything. Like, where does it end? You
I
know,
mean,
like
obviously
we have
the
to draw the
Redskins-
line somewhere, right?
The Redskins
Humor and sports do not mix. It's a serious business.
This is a business. It ain't a game, okay?
Yeah.
Rule number 1.
Baseball business, not baseball game, guys.
It's called Moneyball for a reason. Get used to it. Okay. So now that you guys talked enough about sports,
Are you guys sick of superhero movies? I'm kind of getting there.
TV shows as well.
Superhero TV. I don't even watch those. I feel like they're just gonna be like.
I feel like it's.
I know Kevin has something to say about it because he watches all of them.
Chris, what do you have to say
love
about
superhero
what do you have to
TV
say about
shows.
Gotham, Chris?
Except for that one.
It's okay.
It's okay. Is it better or worse than the George Clooney Batman movies?
Well, I mean, those movies are pretty impeccable, so I mean, it's pretty hard to.
They have
to
nipples on the bat suits, so you know they're that good.
Anatomically correct, baby. Okay, so
The
since
close-up to their crotches.
Since the superhero thing's been played out, how do you guys feel about Westworld?
Let's talk about it.
Do you want me to like go on
Pat.
a tangent right now? It's so good.
I've already had like 3 different theories be debunked by
Brian,
Pat.
are you all the way caught up, Brian?
Yeah, I'm all the way caught up.
Pat, are you all the way caught up?
I'm all the way cut up. The only thing I'm wondering, like, now,
Hold on, wait.
I walk
Put
around.
a quick pause on this. I haven't seen any of them.
Westworld, starring Will
spoilers.
Smith.
No
And,
spoilers.
No, Pat told me about the show before I knew about it. And he told me that Ray Shremmerd was in it, and then I found out that they weren't in it.
No. I gotta tell the story about
That was the
Okay.
And then I found out they weren't in it, and I got really mad.
I saw the first episode of the show, and so I was really excited. So I texted Ryan the next day, and I was like, "Hey, you need to watch the show." So I described the show to him, and he was like, "Okay, do you mean the Will Smith movie?"
He goes, it's like the Wild West.
like-
I'm
he's
like, talking about like the Wild Wild West with Will Smith? Yeah.
Assless Loveless?
Yeah. Our less Loveless.
Assless Loveless.
Assless?
Yeah, because he's got no legs.
You are correct.
How do I know you guys aren't hosts though?
What?
How do we know you're not a host?
How do you know we're all not hosts?
I don't
How do you know
anymore.
a host
I
isn't
don't.
running this podcast?
Well, Pat, would it change anything if you knew that I was a robot?
I would put you into sleep mode and do things to you that
Well, Pat, too bad he has a log that tracks all sexual activities, so you've been caught, man.
that's cool. I want to watch that shit.
Red-handed.
Okay. So now that that's covered, we recently got to see some live concerts, and at the top of the list, I would say without a doubt, was Ray Shremmerd.
Really good.
And I can't recommend highly enough for anyone to see Ray Shremmerd. Pat, what do you have to say about Ray Shremmerd live in concert?
Wait. When did you see him?
It was at Zombie Pub Crawl, Minneapolis.
Oh, gotcha.
What I have to say is it was above and beyond my expectations.
Slim Jimmy, Sway Lee, did they have to bring the party?
They brought the fucking party. Like, what happened was, like, I've never been to a concert where people throw their phones at the performers.
That was the insane thing. People
Yeah,
would give
really?
their people in the
People
front
were
row
tossing
would give their phones to Ray Shremmerd.
Not even people in the front row. People 7 rows back would throw them up there.
What would he do with them?
He would take
Take
a
a bunch of dick
Snapchat,
pics
Oh,
and throw them
gotcha.
back.
and then he would ask the crowd, he's like, whose phone is this? And it's a trust system. People were pretty nice. And then he would toss the phones
Pat,
back.
how
to
many
him.
new
It's pretty
iPhone 7s did you get that night?
Let's just say proud new owner of 7 iPhone 7s.
great. Patrick's retired
Allegedly.
early.
3 are still on eBay right now, waiting to be purchased.
They can't
That was
track that,
like
right?
their concert is insane.
It's a party.
Probably the craziest part though is after you get done at Ray Stremmer, we got to hit up Ja Rule.
So jealous.
And a 40-year-old Ja Rule, Pat, you went to it, didn't you?
I did.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
ripped. Absolutely
40-year-old
ripped.
Ja Rule takes his shirt off 2 songs in. The guy's jacked out of his mind. Like I don't know what P90X CrossFit stuff he's
Do you
on.
think
but-
he comes to Massenomics Gym?
God, like if he could be
What a
like,
beautiful
if
human
we
being.
could like get a billboard of Ja Rule for Massenomics, it would be crazy because he is ripped. And then once you start going off with what's his one with J Lo, I'm Real. Is that the one?
With Ja Rule, yeah.
Yeah. Like he starts getting to that, and the crowd takes over. Did you guys see that moment where he just like dropped the mic and walked away because the crowd was singing it louder than he could do it?
I swam my way to like the front.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
was up there.
So we're on the balcony, like watching this, and I look in the front row and I see Ryan with his hands above his head,
I
like
had
going
to. That's the
crazy.
only way I would
partying.
fit. I had to put my hands up.
I tried to get to Ryan, and these girls like linked arms. Like, you're not getting past us. And then she's like, "Do you want to get hit in the face?" So then I had to go back up
So
top.
you got hit
Please
twice and
do
got to
it.
go to see Ryan.
And I was like, "How do you know what I like?"
So how disappointing was Smash Mouth?
So this little thing called this little ditty called Smash Mouth. Right? What?
Maybe you've heard of them? They were big in like 1996.
Pat, you didn't make it to Smash Mouth, did you?
I wanted
The
to see
end.
Black
Did you
Beatles.
see the end or not? You didn't?
I was never there.
No, you made the right move and watched basically Ray Stremmer and didn't waste your time. Because at this point in Smash Mouth's career, they decided to turn into a jam band.
And I think they do it because Steve Harwell, the lead singer, just can't
heart just
stand
can't
up
take
for
it.
that long. He has to
heart
sit
issues.
down and just take a breather because they turned Walking on the Sun into like a 6-minute song, and then they turned All Star into like an 8-minute
But
song.
the most insane thing, though, is you know they're going to end with All Star because what other song could Smash Mouth end with? And the song starts with him not even singing. He just lets the
he
crowd
goes
take.
somebody, and then it just
Yeah,
the
and he
crowd
lets the
starts
crowd
singing,
take the
and the
entire
crowd
first verse.
sang the entire first
After
verse.
that, the chorus comes on. He kind of chips in. Second verse, he sings it. Second verse is done. He sits and just stares at the ground. Stares at the ground for the entire second verse.
Maybe he was just getting in the zone to finish the song off.
It looked like a really deep depression, actually.
I think he was thinking, should we keep doing this? Should we keep doing Smash Mouth? Like I think
he was like,
Questioning his life choices.
yeah, like right then and there, he's like, why are we doing this?
he was like, I envisioned a different life. But it's like
I had an
it's too
epiphany.
late. It's too late for that. It's crippling social anxiety, though. I think we can.
It's a good segue. Pat, go.
All right, Pat, everyone knows you have a lot of good stories. Just give us your
Just give us one.
You guys gotta give me
your
a-
tamest story that you can
from the past
for
3
a broad
months.
audience.
Your tamest, not tame story.
like
Okay.
anywhere from like
Does it
PG-13
try to find one that
X-rated,
involves Lars?
Lars. Okay, no, I got a good one.
Okay.
This is gonna go back
Buckle
to
your
the high
seatbelts.
school days.
High school. So are you under 18?
Yeah, we're about
Oh, okay.
15 at this time.
15.
And Lars worked with my sister, my older sister, at
Oh yeah.
he worked with my sister at Bill's Super Value. It's a grocery store that was in town, and he had said a comment. Me and my friend Andy, we were talking. He said a comment about my sister, and he said, "My sister worked in the produce department," and he said, "I would love to bend your sister over the produce cart."
And then it gets better. Keep going.
There's a lot more to
Any
this.
15-year-old, right?
Yeah.
So one day, Lars gives us a ride to my house, and he was doing something outside. So me and Andy go inside, and I don't know why. My sister was like sitting on the couch. She's a senior in high school.
Yep. Yeah. She's still in high school.
And I'm like, hey, Lars said he wants to bend you over the produce cart. And my sister's like, what the fuck? Like, she's kind of like thrown off a little bit. And Lars walks in, like,
How old is your sister?
at that time?
Yeah.
18.
Yeah. Senior high school.
Yep. So Lars walks in a little bit behind us, and you can tell like something's wrong, like something's off, and we're laughing.
Something's
he's like,
amiss.
He's like, what
Yeah.
happened? And then
Something's gone awry.
Andy turns to him and he's like, he told his sister about what you said about the produce cart. And Lars, I thought he would like take it kind of humorously, but he got just completely white in the face, doesn't say a word,
And then what did he do?
turns around, takes off running. He goes out the front door. Me and Andy chase after him. We get out in the driveway. It was like kind of fall time, so the corn was probably about
Cornfield across
3-4
the house.
feet. He is hopping over rows of corn, just running through a cornfield, like something like two.
But he drove there, right?
No, yeah, he did.
Why
drive
didn't he
there.
just get in his car and drive away?
He broke down. He had a complete brake crash.
He was going off the grid.
We got in his car because his keys were in there. We picked him up 2 miles down the road at Megan Forney's house. He comes out of another cornfield. And he hated us. He did not talk to us. We dropped him off at home. He didn't talk to us for 2 months.
Wow. Well,
That's a good high school story.
That is,
And
that's a very touching story.
He took it very hard.
that should be a movie. Like sort of like a Stand By Me kind of film.
Yeah, like
Real coming of age.
like,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
an Outsiders kind of thing with Rob.
Yeah,
Lowe.
with Rob Delaney.
Rob Delaney.
Yeah.
Rob Lowe. Oh, it's the better Rob.
Any stories with Bernie Curtin?
Wait, any stories with Ryan?
I do have a story.
What about with Ryan?
Can I tell stories
'Cause
about when Ryan hated my guts?
Yes. Because the people
Okay,
know
yeah.
Ryan.
Backstory. Me and Pat used to be mortal enemies. Back in the day,
It's a
I don't.
classic boy meets girl, mortal enemies to best friend story.
This is about to like unravel really deep because
Pat's
do
about
you,
to
do you
break
remember
down.
the TV in my front yard
Are we
covered in
gonna
shit?
hit
Yeah,
Joe Rogan
this
levels
is
and go 2 hours deep here?
This is like opening up more good stories.
Yeah, well, guys, I don't know. We gotta wind down in 4 minutes or wind down now. You guys make the call.
Let's just have Ryan sing us out.
Ryan, let's just end with the story.
Can I tell a Ryan story?
Oh yeah.
Let's end with
yeah.
the story,
Bring it
then
in.
we'll.
Okay. Well, first night me and Ryan like really interacted when it got bad it was Bernie's Halo party. That's how I thought about it.
Halo parties long
And
ago.
to put it in like, I'm gonna try to describe. Bernie lived in an underground house.
A house in the ground.
His roof was a lawn of
It
grass.
looked like the
You
Shire.
could mow it with a
A
lawnmower.
Hobbit house.
yeah.
Yes.
And I remember, I don't know what happened. We were cooking burgers or something, and I threw
I threw a meat patty
I
at
threw
me
a
or
meat
something.
patty at Ryan,
Right.
and it hit. He said, "I just bought this shirt."
Yeah. Just
And then
stained
he
the
looked at
crap
me
out
with
of it.
blood in his eyes. And then, probably about 15 minutes after that, you just walked up to me with a BB gun in your hand. You looked at me, you pressed it into my stomach, and then just pulled the trigger.
Pop, pop. I don't remember this.
And you're like-
did you go bra-ta-ta?
I was like, "Goo-ra-ta-ta."
And then you're like, now,
Puh.
now we're even. Like, that really hurt. It's like, is it cut off? Are we
No,
cut off?
we're good. What about this? What about the story with the TV, Bernie's
Oh,
TV
yeah.
at his house?
So it stems off. That's what I was getting to. One night I'm at home. I'm watching Spider-Man 1. I was really like,
Tobey Maguire.
Great
baby.
movie.
I was
Great
very
movie.
attracted to that scene where they do the kiss.
He's
and you
upside
can-
down.
Yeah.
I mean,
See
who
her
wasn't?
tits.
It's
and
hot.
Oh, her nips.
You can see her tits.
Goddamn. Oh, it's fucking beautiful. I'm watching that show. And my parents come home and they're like, Patrick, you got some fucking explaining to do. And I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. They just interrupted Spider-Man. I go outside.
Thanks a lot. Hey, the Spider-Man's on TV.
I go outside. It's pouring rain, and Larry, my stepdad, his like 1974 antique TV is sitting at the end of the driveway, just covered in shit. Literally, just like pounds of shit. Bernie's dad,
Like you could say a bucket load.
A buttload of
And
shit.
this is Larry looks at me, and he says, "You're gonna carry that in now." And it's slippery, it's slick, it's full of shit, and it's raining out horribly.
It's kind of like the scene on Shawshank Redemption when he escapes the jail.
It's fucked up because I just came from watching the rain scene where Mary Jane and Spider-Man are making out. And I'm
Like,
this
this
is awesome.
isn't anything like in the movies.
And then I'm on the rain picking up a fucking. It weighed like 75 pounds. This TV
Solid
covered
wood.
in shit.
Probably solid oak.
There's shit spilling into me. There's shit like. I bring it in. I set it down, and Larry's like, "I'm just gonna throw that away anyway. Hope you learned your lesson." I didn't learn a goddamn thing. I don't know what there was to learn from that.
Hey, but man, you're only 10 years later and you're still talking about it. So
Yeah.
That's true.
Were your tits
Still a great
showing by
story.
the end of it?
What was I?
Were your tits showing by the end of it?
Oh yeah. It brought a lot of memories back. Larry actually became Spider-Man.
Okay. So real quick
Floated down from the
to wind this up, Pat, what's your favorite Massenomics memory?
favorite Massenomics
Yeah.
memory. I'm gonna say I saw a video of Tyler, that strapping fella, picking up like a giant fucking ball of whatever. I don't know what it is.
Bullshit.
A ball of Jello.
No, it was Jello. Now that you say
A
that.
ball made of Jello.
No, it was like a granite ball.
Yeah, a stone probably.
Maybe it's an Atlas stone.
And I was like, I don't know. I watch all the Instagrams. I watch all of them, and I was like, it's a bad motherfucker.
All right.
Heaviest thing I lift is my paycheck.
Yeah. That fat paycheck. Okay. Chris,
I'm broke.
favorite Massenomics memory.
It was of the same day, of the same man, but he was doing the overhead press.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
it was Tyler and someone else. It was
That'd be
one-on-one.
Dylan.
Okay, so there was those two going back and forth. There were only two left
On the overhead press
on
ladder.
the overhead press. It was second event. Anyway, but it was a lot of weight,
Yeah.
and he's struggling, and he finally gets it up, and then he screams as he drops it.
Yeah, and it was-
then I involuntarily just start screaming too.
It just felt so savage.
Oh yeah, it was awesome.
Yep. Okay, that's a good one. Brian, favorite Massenomics memory.
See, I feel bad about this one because I don't have that many, because all the times you guys have done these fun events, I've had to work, so I haven't got to go to them.
So this is taking the cake right
I think
now.
this is doing it for me
Okay,
right now.
okay.
Yeah.
That works. Kevin, favorite Massenomics memory.
Yeah. Well, I've been there for about a month.
Yep.
My favorite one is all of the poses that Shane does.
Yeah, hey.
I'm a big fan of the big Shane poses.
Hey, when you got a guy that's that good at posing, like
I actually changed my workout routine to just flexing.
Hey.
I've heard that works better than actually lifting weights.
you're in good hands.
If you flex all day long, your muscles are bound to get bigger.
It's the mind-muscle connection, baby. That's what they call it. Okay.
I call it gains.
And Ryan, favorite Massenomics memory.
I would say this is probably right up there. This is a great event. A great, we're all together talking shop, kind of about just
We're gonna get
Different
done with
things.
this. Go listen to some Avicii, some
We've already listened to Sugar We're Going Down Swinging
Some
by
Fall Out
Fall Out
Boy.
Boy on the playlist.
A good DJ always plays
Just
that
heavy
song.
metal. What the
get
kids
a
are
head
into.
across the street. There's a Bacardi party and a live DJ. Like, what more can you want in life, right?
Maybe some Panic at the
Everything.
Disco. I don't
Yeah.
know.
All right. Well, guys, this has been another very exciting episode of the Massenomics Podcast. I'm not Tyler Stone.
Who are you?
I'm not Tyler Stone. I'm looking at Tyler Stone, but my name is Tommy. You can find me here. We'll give everyone the rundown. You can find me on Instagram at tomahawk_deep. Patrick, how can people find you? If that's allowed.
All right. I have a Twitter. It's at Patrick Karski. Also, Brazzers, same username.
And Chris, where can we find you?
Chris, where can we find you?
CU_Sandman. That's my Twitter and Snapchat.
Okay. Oh, Snapchat, he's giving it
Whoa.
out.
If you want to have some fun.
You can find me on Instagram at FlyingRyan_D. That's FLYINRYAN_D. Brian, where can we find you?
Just Google Coach Spanton. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing I have.
There you go. Kevin?
Twitter and Instagram.
Kevin, do you want to share? No, Kevin does not want to share. All right. Well, that will do it from the 1 year Massenomics party. We will see you all again for this very very special episode next year, next November, 2017. Later.
Stay lit, fam. All right, guys. We got really off topic on the last night. Can everybody hear me? We're here in the middle of a line change here at the Massenomics Podcast. We've got a lot of people's wives and moms and parents here, so let's sit tight just a second till everybody gets fired up. I may or may not cut this in post, depending on how lazy I am.
Can I listen? Because I'm far away. Wait, I'll sit by Tyler.
Just don't unplug this.
Can we move this?
Is this in all the way because it's
Yeah, is this
If you can only hear one ear, you got to kind of play with this in and out until you can get to. We have a very low budget. Can everyone else hear?
Can you hear me?
You're gonna
Testing.
scoot closer,
Can
push
I-
that in.
Can you hear me now? Testing.
Can you
1,
hear me
2,
now?
3.
Testing. Everybody good to go?
Mary, can you hear me?
Just great to be out.
Mary, there's a little knob up on the top.
okay.
This little thing here you can tighten to keep that
so,
in place.
am I in a good spot right here, people? Here.
As long as you're willing to
I'm
talk.
double timing it, people. I've got
All right, let's
this
hear it.
thing.
Talk into this. Right into it.
Testing.
Can you
1,
hear
2.
me?
Yeah, I can
Testing,
hear you a little
1,
bit.
2.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
let me tighten this. Oh, now I lost everything.
In your ears.
Yeah.
God damn it. I'm probably gonna have to cut some of this in post.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Penis.
Penis. Can you hear me now?
That.
Yep. Can you hear me?
All right. So we are here. We are joined by. Let's go through names. Ready?
I am Joe.
Jamie.
And I am your host, Tyler. Next to me is.
I'm Mary.
And
I'm Megan, Tyler's wife.
Mary is actually
Mrs. Massenomics.
Mrs. Massenomics. Mary is Tanner's wife. Quick question for Megan and Mary. What is it like being married to the strongest dudes in South Dakota for the last, 4 or 5 years? Between the two of you, you have basically been mating with the strongest men in the state for 5 years now. Tell us about how fantastic that is.
Oh boy.
Remember
On
your
garbage day,
your brother is on a live circuit here.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
He's just so humble about it. I don't even remember that
It
he's
ac-
the strongest man.
It actually was really funny when we left the competition this year. When Tanner had a bit of a rough day on there, but on the way back, he said, you know, I was kind of getting to wonder whether or not I only really had a lot of fun here because I was winning, or whether it was actually a lot of fun. And he said this time he said I didn't even place, but it was still a shitload of fun. So that's a win, right?
At the state fair, yes, we had all sorts of people there. We had lots of family, lots of Massenomics people wearing their shirts, hats, everything. And I think that really added to it. People really enjoyed it.
And do you guys feel like you have something to live up to? Like maybe you guys should be stronger than you are now, or what's going on?
Me?
Yeah, get shit together. What's going on, guys? Why aren't you the two strongest women in the state?
Because I'm married to the strongest man.
No.
Let's
We
just
are.
see.
We're the strongest women.
That is.
They don't have the.
Actually, Mary is Brentford's strongest woman.
Yes,
Which has
ask
to count for
Leah about my arm wrestling abilities.
That's right. That is true. From back a while ago, we did have Leah on, who had her arm basically mangled trying to arm wrestle Mary.
Not trying. We were arm wrestling, and
Please get it right.
and it was not my fault. All the doctors said it was not my fault, It just
Allegedly.
it was not my fault. But as far as living up to the strongest men in South Dakota, I just think that our support at home and in the gym and otherwise helps them do things. I don't know.
Yeah, I do his
feed that
laundry.
man. I feed him. We have a half a beef at home.
I guarantee you guys make the food for them.
Yep.
Actually, Megan,
Tyler's the
Well,
cook.
I do his laundry.
she
And
washes
Yeah.
my clothes. I do
that's-
cook all
yeah,
of the food.
I'll give him the cooking. He cooks some killer omelets.
I actually cook every piece of food that's ever cooked in our house.
Well, yeah.
But I also have never rinsed a dish, not even once.
Oh, it's awful.
But I also, it actually, I have never not heard about it afterwards either, though. Which has to count for something, right? Like, literally every time, like, you goddamn motherfucker. I fucking told you.
Well, I want to ask Megan something. So, Tyler has been on this amazing journey, and then this summer, now he is South Dakota's strongest man. So, that is, I know, well, first.
Nah, here, the deep down inside, I'm still stronger than him. I'm just gonna let him
Yes.
keep the title for.
How do
a while.
you deal with all the women that are trying to get at him?
It's awful.
Yeah, let's hear about that.
Baseball bat.
Yeah, he's.
Believe it or not, what we all have realized by now, what happens when you do anything in the world of strength. You get into it thinking there's going to be like an army of chicks,
And there's
and it actually is a bunch of dudes who are like, "Oh, that was awesome, man!" And that's it. I think since my strongman adventure, I have had 2 Hutterites flag me down out of nowhere and tell me about how that was pretty cool.
They make pretty
And-
good pot pies.
And that's it.
And they wear
so.
tennis shoes with skirts.
The
Their
men and the
pants
women.
don't have back pockets.
Why do the pants not have
And the suspenders.
It's not a relevant thing, but it should be noted.
We are, I do have to real quick, for the sake of our YouTube audience, we're going to take a quick pause here so we can switch out a camera battery for the YouTube stream. And we will be right back in just a moment. So sit tight and I will talk you back in. Bye. All right, we are back live here. Batteries are all changed. People are doing things.
I have a bone to pick with you guys.
Oh, shit.
Kenneth-
Let's hear it, Jamie.
Kenneth Bone.
Kenneth Bone. Dr. Kenneth Bone.
I came here tonight because I was almost promised to win a Massenomics t-shirt.
And she only lives 2 blocks away. That's also why she came.
That was
Which-
half the reason.
which
It's
I-
really accessible.
It was, but I heard wearing a Massenomics t-shirt adds 5 pounds to your lift. So I was really hoping for that, but unfortunately I didn't win one, so now I guess
You
that's-
get to buy one like the rest of our customers.
But maybe you
Like a
could have
commoner?
the family discount.
But I don't. But does that still add the 5 pounds?
I think if you actually pay for the shirt, there's more gains.
Maybe 6 pounds.
Or 40?
Oh, 40. I could work with 40.
That might be too bold, but I think, truthfully, I don't know. Buying a shirt, I think, actually goes a lot further towards your gains than winning one.
Sure.
Actually, I think the only people that have ever won Massenomics shirts have won them in the last 2 hours here.
True.
No, actually, here's the deal. The way it actually works for us is even we have to buy our shirts at full price. Much to my wife's chagrin, we buy our shirts at full price strictly so we don't fuck up the inventory.
But
And-
everyone does, so that's kind of.
Yeah,
But
we
here's
just
the
all
deal,
do.
though. He won't buy the same shirt as me because if we buy the same shirt, we can't wear it together. And I'm all about matching outfits.
Do you girls make your husbands wear
Okay.
matching outfits to you?
No.
Good.
I have something to talk about with the Massenomics and outfits. A lot of times, Tanner will try to leave the house wearing a Massenomics shirt and a Massenomics hat. And no. Not allowed to.
You're not having it?
No. He can wear a shirt or a hat, but not both.
Sometimes Joe and I can wear the same size clothes, so we just share.
That was a bit off topic. Sometimes I have the same issue with wheat growers related clothing, as Jack and Tanner call the old Wheaties.
The thing is, you can't. Now you don't want him to wear two specific Massenomics items at the same time.
No.
But what about just in general, couples like you making your husband wear something that matches you?
No.
Do you guys ever wear like couples
Here's the
themed
deal,
outfits?
guys. I only want it once.
Let's hear it.
No. This is Grandma Massenomics.
Grandma Massenomics here. If the husband and the wife are wearing matching clothes, that means the husband has been caught in something.
It's perfect.
Very,
That's
very
really
Enough said.
That is actually exactly what I believe, because there's absolutely no way I could hand over the amount of leverage that it would take for my wife to make me wear something that matches hers.
It's unacceptable, babe.
That would be worse than being caught eating crackers in bed.
She wants nothing
worse
more
than-
than for me and her to wear the same T-shirts or some cute themed fucking
Once.
outfit.
I said once. And
Just
then you make
one
it about this
time.
whole thing, and I just
And I
want it
won't have
once.
it. I was in the.
Was it a family reunion?
It doesn't matter. Just one time out in public. That's all I ask.
I asked Joe one time to not wear gray on gray, and that was the wrong fucking
That's
question to
called
ask.
the grout fit. And Tanner,
What's wrong with gray on
Tanner rocks the grout fit at least 2 to 3 days a week.
What is everyone's problem with black and khakis?
No.
I don't understand that. I think.
I'm wearing black and
Tyler
khakis.
is wearing black and khakis.
No.
Someone
feel
yelled.
like- I feel
Someone
like I
yelled
look
at me
handsome.
for that. Jamie's friend actually. Well, no, I was wearing black pants and brown shoes. That was it.
Yeah, you're a. What the
But
fuck
what
is
about-
wrong with
Yeah,
you?
why would you do that?
What
What the
about
hell?
gray
You're out of your goddamn
pants?
mind?
I took a girl home that night. It was
Not
it was
Jamie.
my longtime girlfriend, but I took a girl home.
It
What
wasn't
about
me.
gray pants and a gray, a different color gray shirt?
No.
Tanner rocks that look.
What, like
every-
sweatpants?
No.
You guys.
No. Gray khakis and a dark gray
Gray
shirt.
shirt.
And I'm like, oh, darling, what a nice grout fit you have.
I was on my way out to visit my new boss's cabin and told Joe, maybe you could just wear jeans in this gray shirt. So Joe put on gray shorts and a dark gray shirt, and I said, you can't wear that. He said, well, it's just gray. I said, that's exactly the point.
That is the only thing it is.
Exactly.
It's gray.
I kept going with my my point on this whole gray thing, and what did he end up wearing? The gray shorts and the gray shirt. So it was a very good look. I still have the job.
So,
And the fiance.
so you're on the video. You can't hide. You can't hide. Everybody sees you. And actually, I would say that 175% of our audience is YouTube. So everyone already knows there's no way to hide. So
Denise, we're friendly.
I don't know if I can get the microphone closer. Get your face up there. I'll run the levels. So, TJ, how often does he poop his pants?
Are we on poop here?
Probably more than I know.
So, was the story that he told earlier about pooping in his pants at the gym?
That was the first time I've heard that.
No shit.
It was.
Really? So, are you guys gonna have like a bone to pick later? You're gonna be like, "You son of a bitch!" Now it's on the fucking internet.
No. First time I heard it. And I got it on Snapchat.
No shit. Like the actual incident?
Yes.
That is fantastic. So, so he goes and exercises at 5 o'clock in the morning, which is that a red flag for you? Are you like, I feel like he's probably fucking crazy because he does fitness things at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I knew he did that before I met him. But this morning, however, I was like, we have 4 kids at home. Why are you going to the gym at 7:30 in the morning? We have other things to do before the kids wake up.
Now, was his explanation, there's 4 kids in this house. I think you know why I'm going to the gym, right?
Right.
I think that's usually all the reason I need. It's like, oh, I have children. I need to
But I
absolutely
took
get the
all
hell out of
four,
here.
three girls to the mall today and gave him a break, so he could have stayed home this morning
And instead, he went and
to the
lifted
gym
weights.
on a
Good.
Saturday.
Who's in those games?
It's our snuggle time.
But isn't it magnificent having boyfriends and husbands who are super muscular
Is
and
it
look
what? I didn't hear.
and look fantastic with their shirts off and such?
I'm a little disappointed with the shirts off thing, though.
Tanner never lifts anything or carries anything for me, so I get nothing out of this.
Yeah, I agree with Mary
But
here.
don't we all look fantastic?
No.
No.
You do.
I'll
I
give
just
you
want
that.
you to carry my groceries.
We just want
and
you
I
to
want you to carry my furniture
Here's a
and my Hammerschlagen spools.
I like it when Tanner gets invited over to family gatherings, and it's mainly in regards to, we've got a piano downstairs. Do you think you can get it up the stairs? Or this dresser needs to go.
The day after Tanner and I got married, my mom told us that she has a very big brunch planned.
It was right around 35 ton, I believe. I
That
helped. It was heavy.
everyone had to be at. And she said, Tanner and I have to be at this brunch. And I was like, oh, Mom, that's early. We cannot be there. And she's like, you have to be here. Everyone's going to be here. So we went, and we walk in the door, and then my mom says,
Mom's going, I don't think so.
Okay, we've got this piano that you guys have to get up the stairs right now because they're picking it up right now. And Tanner, very hungover, has to haul this piano with my brother and two cousins up the stairs. And I was at the top of the stairs watching to make sure.
And Sky. Sky was also there.
Sky.
He was clutch, too.
Yes.
When it comes down to hungover
Mom's like,
furniture
"Peace out."
movers,
Hungover furniture movers.
quantity is quality.
It was very bad.
Also, I did hear too that for Tanner it's a pretty regular problem where anytime he ends up at a family function, like nothing heavy will get moved. What is happening? We have some sort of Jerry Springer chant.
Larry's doing something. Let's get back on track.
Larry's got his shirt off.
Probably.
What? And I'm missing this?
Right.
You're
I do
next,
have
Megan. Let's hear the poop story, Mary.
Did Tanner tell you his story?
Probably.
No,
Let's
the
double check this
Starlight.
here. Go ahead.
No, sorry.
No, I have not
M&H.
heard that one.
Well, this is a poop story of Tanner's, and it's not. I was not there, but I know about it. Tanner was driving to work, and he worked far away, so he had to leave early in the morning. And he was driving, and he was about a mile away from our house, and realized he had to go to the bathroom right now. Right now. So he goes to this trucker gas station, goes over to the men's bathroom, and the men's bathroom is closed. So he goes, waits in line in front of the women's bathroom, and the women's bathroom, someone was in there, and he waited, and then they came out. He goes in and is pooping his pants in the women's bathroom.
His pants or the toilet?
Well, I think just the toilet, but probably both. And then plugs the toilet completely, and then leaves the women's bathroom. And there was a line of 3 ladies waiting to get into the women's bathroom that he had just plugged.
He had just crushed.
Tanner.
In
not the 5-year-old.
In his defense, they probably would have plugged it anyway.
They were about to plug
What were
that
they
toilet.
doing that early anyway?
It probably would have been with a tampon.
Let's get back on track here for a moment. I've asked, I think, everybody here tonight this question, but Tyler, I believe I haven't asked you.
Okay.
So, you just bought this iPhone, fresh iPhone, you bought it yourself, you're going to the bathroom.
No plan.
You're going to the bathroom in this porta potty.
But you have to
The person before you destroyed it, diarrhea, everything, and you drop your phone. What do you do? Do you grab it? Do you leave it? Go.
It's my phone,
It's your phone. You just bought it with your own money.
and I dropped it into poop.
Diarrhea, to be
on this
exact.
all night.
I will grab it.
It's a porta potty.
I will grab it 10 times out of 10.
Okay, but listen, you don't have water to wash your hands
Don't
off.
care.
Only sanitizer.
Don't care.
You're gonna walk around with poopy finners
It's a
all night.
fucking $900 phone. I am cheaper than I am clean, for sure.
So what do you do with your poopy hand?
Deal with it. I'll get my phone, and then I will sort the rest out later, for sure.
Okay, second part to this.
Okay.
You drop it at home. Do you
Okay.
flush first, let the water and stuff go down?
No, you
grab
got to
it,
get it
you
out
grab
fast. You got to get out fast. Time is
Worry
everything,
about
right?
What's gonna happen to your hand?
Here's the deal. I want to tell you guys a little story about what I do for a living. I am technically a heating and air conditioning professional, but sometimes people call us with regular problems because they just do business with us. So literally yesterday, it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm kind of gearing down towards getting off work early. We get a call that says, oh, well, someone was showering and it wasn't draining, and they tried flushing their toilet, it wasn't draining, so can you go check it out? So I go there, and it is a sewage ejector pump that is not working. This is a pump that sits in the bottom of 3 foot of human waste, always, forever, and just pumps human waste out as it fills up. That's what that pump's job is, to sit in shit. And that pump,
It's not a glamorous job.
its job is only slightly less glamorous than mine. And I fucking have to figure, oh, well, for sure it's this shit pump that's bad. And now I have to take it out and replace it. And now it's Friday afternoon. And all I want to do kind of is tell these people, well, you know, I don't know, fuck off. And I'll see you guys never.
It's certainly not your heater or air conditioner.
Yeah, so eat shit. You got plenty of it in this tub. I don't fucking care. I'm leaving, right? I can't do that, so I was a nice guy, and we ordered the new thing. But I'm handing there, and I have, if you can see on the video, giant fucking banana hands. And my boss sends me out with a new pump and size medium latex gloves. 2 size medium latex gloves. So I put one on, and
now,
to
clear up, two pair or two?
2 gloves, 1 pair. So I put one on, and it immediately rips open. And I put the next one on, and it rips open. So at that point, I only have like paper towels.
So is this your family's waste or something?
No, this is a customer's waste. Just some regular old people. So I then have to, I pull this thing out, and it's the size of, I don't know, like a bowling ball, a big weird shaped bowling ball and a half, but it's covered in like just shit, but like years of shit, but like all the different kinds of flavors of shit. So there's like old hard black poop, also like caramel colored fresh greasy poop on it as well. But the only thing I have to do is put tools on it and unscrew things from it, and you can't do that without touching it.
It really had more layers than.
There was a ½ inch of shit just on it, and toilet paper. Like, it was fucked up.
Condoms?
Really fucked up. Not condoms. I have lots of stories about condoms and sewer drains. Not a lot of tampons. I don't. But you don't need one in our municipality.
Gosh, that'll ruin your caramel frappuccino.
So I get this all opened up, and then but there's no, you can't unscrew it. So I don't have any deal. So I'm just like, have my hand in just a bunch of human shit, and I'm just this hand. No gloves, because they're fucking ruined. Eventually the job has to get done, right? So I just go through and I get it all taken apart, put the new thing on, put it all back together, and wash the fuck out of my hands for about a half an hour. And then I showered.
Or do you shower at work?
Oh, like before I go home for the day?
Yeah.
No, I don't shower before I go home for the day.
Okay, I didn't know if you, with things like that, if you had
like,
to...
Literally, I don't normally get into human waste type stuff. I normally get like kind of dirty.
Air conditioning.
Yeah, I'll get dusty or gross, but like
the hoarders.
quarters and stuff like that are bad. But actually, like I wear like slacks and like a button-up collared long sleeve shirt all day. So
Tyler, let's hear about the women, the stay-at-home moms that hit on you.
Yes. Let's.
We know there's been some.
I'm all about
Love
this.
to hear about it.
I only have probably one story that's worth telling.
Spill the beans.
I think my wife might know this story. I don't remember. But it's in a town in which both Tommy and Ryan DeFay are from.
Millbank and TJ Johnson.
Oh, really?
Probably Millbank. I would guess Millbank.
It was a long time ago. I'd say 5-6 years ago.
I'm good.
But
thanks.
there was, we were doing a bunch of remodels. There's a bunch of renters. It was low-income housing, so a lot of people who are not paying for their houses. A lot of them have children, no fathers, and such. So one of them, I was there, and I was up working in the bathroom on something or other, and the gal who was renting the place stands there and stands right in front of the door and starts getting into some fairly suggestive conversation with me. And I immediately go, well, I think I gotta run. And I was kind of trying to get out of it because, truthfully, she wasn't that attractive either. I meant to say what I meant to say was my wife was super attractive and I'm super faithful, but no. So she was definitely not on my to risk my marriage list for sure. Yeah. So anyway, she kind of is like cornering me in this bathroom, and it's just me in a bathroom.
Free service.
And she kept standing there, walking closer and closer. So finally, I said, "Well, I got to run and get a ladder off my truck here. I'll be right back." And I was just being nice. I said,
"Was that an innuendo?"
No. And I even said, you know, it doesn't matter how tall I am. I said sometimes you just, no matter how tall you are, you just need a few steps up. You know.
Need a ladder.
And so what she did was then step right in front of me as I said that, and she said, "Well, I don't think that's the case," and was like right up in my shit. And I went
With that accent.
Yeah, and I went really smoothly and went out the door and went next door and grabbed a guy that I was working with, and I said, "Travis, grab that ladder and I need you to come with me." And he was like, "Well, why?" And I said, "Because I think this fat girl's trying to have sex with me, and I need you to come over here and run interference." And he goes, "What?" And he came over there, and as soon as we walked upstairs, she was still standing in the bathroom door. And then,
ready to go.
And as soon as she saw him, she looked me right in the eyes and gave me this look that went, "You motherfucker!" like what the fuck did you just? Like I had just sold her out and brought
Evidently,
back.
She wasn't for the menage a trois.
Apparently, all she wanted was this guy. Apparently,
more for the solo act.
And even better, actually, after they got done, the state ended up paying to have all these places remodeled because they were low-income housing. After she got done with us remodeling her entire place, she fell asleep with her stove and lit her entire fucking brand new remodeled kitchen on fire.
Oh no.
And then got evicted from her house a couple weeks later. So I didn't have to deal.
I had a
but
nickel.
it was about 2 weeks after that moment I had to deal with her staring at me every time I was working in another apartment in that complex, which is really weird. Megan, is that the first time you heard that story?
Yes. Yes, it was.
I've got a.
So I need an ear. I'm gonna get an earful later.
Got a bit of a related
Let's
story.
go ahead and chug this.
How many
The
years ago
the
was
summer
that?
after my freshman year of high school, I
So
worked
we
at
don't go
the
back to Millbank.
Ramada in Aberdeen here.
Okay.
And maintenance, and so a call came in on the wire that there was a plugged tub in one of the suites that had a tub. So being the rookie, you know, a plugged tub is pretty easy. So they sent me out to it, and here the tub was plugged with rose petals.
Very sexy.
And so you're fixing the plug and whatever, and she says, "Yeah, I live here in Aberdeen. It's just that I don't get to see my husband very often, and he came over on lunch break, and I had some rose petals, and we plugged the tub." And you can't ask them to leave the room while you're fixing the problem.
So you took off all your clothes.
Right. Why?
No,
Chocolate syrup everywhere.
She carried on with the story, and take in mind that I am 14 or 15 years old at the time. I don't know.
Oh.
About these rose petals. No, I knew about rose petals. But I didn't.
I knew about rose first time hearing about them, though.
So anyway, I pulled them out of the drain like a real maintenance man, fixed the problem.
Like a fucking boss.
But it was gross.
And that was it.
Do you have any poop
All right, I'm
stories?
gonna be honest. I really thought she was like that. She then got all handsy with you.
She was laying on the bed telling me about these rose petals. What more do you want?
Let me retell this story.
And you were 14.
And then
No
she
boner.
wrestled him to the ground.
Maybe 50. Maybe.
He took his pants off.
Rose petals.
Did
They
we
were
lose
wet
the
from-
camera,
they were wet
Tanner?
from the top.
I used the drain snake.
How was that?
Terrible story.
Terrible. That was a terrible.
And then he used the drain snake.
So cute.
All right.
It
Well,
was the government issue.
Well, I want to thank everybody for listening, and thanks for bearing with us tonight. Honestly, at this moment, I really don't know how any of this sound is going to turn out. We have a shit ton of music. We're in a big, huge, echoey hall with, what would you guess, 50, 60,000 people here?
Right.
For sure.
75 million.
75 million people here
Pretty
partying. And I hope the audio turns out so you guys can hear it. And I hope the parts that I wasn't around weren't totally off the fucking rails. I'm sure they're off the rails, but those guys are a fucking fun bunch. So thanks for listening. I intend on splitting this up into 2 episodes, so I hope you guys have enjoyed this over the last 2 weeks. And we'll catch up with you with the as usual later. So I am Tyler Stone. You can find me on Instagram at Tyler F. and Stone. Go to Massenomics.com. You can find our store there. Buy some cool shit. Scroll to the bottom of the page. You can sign up for the newsletter. Go to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to our page. Make sure you like our Facebook page and follow at Massenomics on Instagram. Thanks for listening. Everybody sign out. Say bye.
Out with the
Bye,
wives
guys.
of
Bye.
Massenomics.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys, and stay strong.
You just heard the Massenomics Podcast. With your ears. You're welcome. Check us out on Facebook, find us on Instagram at Massenomics, and make sure you visit Massenomics.com and buy some of that sweet Massenomics gear. From your friends at Massenomics Studio, home of the world's strongest podcast, stay strong.